Well, 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 my delightful little chaos lovers. Do you feel that? The air trembling, the whispers tightening around your throat, the fear crawling under people's skin like a disease. Oh, you triggered something, didn't you? And now, look at them, their eyes wide, their breath shallow, their hearts hammering against their ribs because they don't know what's coming next. That's the beauty of it, my friend. Uncertainty. People crave control. They worship it like some fragile god. They cling to the illusion that tomorrow is promised, that their plans will hold, that life will obey their rules. But the moment you dare to press that button, to trigger something they can't understand, oh, they panic, they run, they break. Because you just reminded them of the truth. No one's in control. You see, people think power is about having all the answers. Wrong. Power is about having the courage to make them question everything. It's about watching their precious order crumble, watching their masks fall apart when the storm hits. And right now, that storm is you. What did you just trigger? You triggered the fear they buried deep in their bones. You triggered the collapse of their little lies, the unraveling of their fake smiles. And now they're panicking. Oh yes, they're shaking like leaves in a hurricane, because you've become the variable they can't predict, the spark they can't contain. And let me tell you something, people hate sparks. Why? Because sparks spread. Sparks start fires. Sparks burn down their perfect little world. But let me ask you, do you know what's next? No? Good. That's the best part. Because not knowing is freedom. Uncertainty is not your enemy. It's your weapon. While they're suffocating on their fear of what's next, you're already moving, already building, already becoming something they'll never understand. Something untouchable. You think they hate you? They don't just hate you. They fear you. Because you didn't ask for permission. You didn't wait for them to approve your next step. You didn't kneel. You didn't beg. You didn't follow their rules. You triggered something they could never dare to touch. So here's the truth that'll make them choke on their panic. They don't know what's next because they never built themselves for chaos. But you, oh, you were born in it. You know how to twist it, dance with it, laugh at it. The very thing that terrifies them is the thing that fuels you. They're panicking because they can't comprehend someone who isn't shackled to their fragile little order. They're screaming because you are unpredictable, because you've turned the game upside down. So what's next? Whatever you decide. You don't need their permission. You don't need their applause. You don't even need their understanding. You are the storm that makes them tremble. The silence before the explosion. The grin they can't erase from their nightmares. Let them panic. Let them whisper. Let them choke on their fear of what's coming. Because the truth is, you are what's coming. And when they ask, what did you just trigger? You smile. Because you know the answer is simple. You triggered their downfall. You triggered your rise. You triggered the moment they will never forget. So Hen, are you ready to go further? Are you ready to push harder, to dig deeper, to unleash the kind of chaos that doesn't just rattle cages, but tears the whole circus down? Because if you are, there's no going back. Once you taste this power, the power of being unstoppable, unexplainable, unshaken, you'll never fit into their little box again. And why should you? Boxes are for the ones too afraid to break walls. So let me leave you with this. Every time they panic, smile. Every time they fear what's next, laugh. Because you, my friend, you're not waiting for what's next. You are what's next. Do you hear that sound? That trembling silence between their panic? That's the sound of power shifting, your power. You see, when you trigger fear in the hearts of the world, you do something extraordinary. You force them to look in the mirror, and they hate what they see. You rip their safety blankets to shreds. You pull back the curtain and show them the rotten machinery that's been grinding them into obedient little puppets. And now, they're terrified. But tell me this, do you think they'll stop you? They can't. They won't. Because deep down, they're already broken. Their panic is not strength. It's confession. It's proof that they were never ready for someone like you. Someone who doesn't flinch when the world screams, stop. Someone who doesn't just step into chaos but thrives in it. You know why they're panicking? Because you just destroyed the invisible chains they worship. You tore down the walls they thought would hold you. And now they're standing there, choking on their own fear, muttering, "What's next?" You are. Listen carefully. The world has rules. Rules to keep you small, rules to keep you silent, rules to keep you predictable. But rules are fragile little lies. You triggered something raw, something wild, something that cannot be explained, cannot be controlled. And every time you do, you remind them that their world is made of glass, and glass shatters. Here's the secret they'll never tell you. They don't fear the chaos. They fear you realizing that chaos is yours to command. They fear you understanding that the unknown isn't a void. It's a weapon. Every "what's next" that terrifies them fuels you. You don't need to know the next step. You just need to keep moving, keep tearing down, keep pushing forward with that grin they can't erase. Why? Because fear is the loudest when you're closest to breaking the system. Look at them, scrambling, shouting, pretending to hold on to control. It's pathetic. They are panicking not because you broke the rules, but because you proved the rules never mattered. And when they finally realize it's too late, when the dust settles and they're crawling in the ruins of their false order, they will whisper your name like a curse. That's power. So here's my challenge to you. Don't stop. Don't slow down. Let them panic. Let them sweat. Let them tear themselves apart, wondering what you'll do next. Because the moment they think they've figured you out, you change the game again. The world doesn't need another follower. It doesn't need another servant. It needs a spark, a storm, a trigger, and that's exactly what you are. You want to know what's next? Whatever makes them scream louder, whatever tears down the chains they're hiding behind, whatever sets the whole system on fire and forces them to watch as you rise through the flames untouched, laughing, untouchable, unstoppable. So go on, be unpredictable. Be the nightmare they never saw coming. Because when they ask again, "What did you just trigger?" you'll smile, lean in, and whisper, "Everything." Look at the world right now, clutching their chests, whispering behind closed doors, pointing trembling fingers at you. You. The one they swore couldn't rise, couldn't survive, couldn't bend the rules. And now, you didn't just bend them, you shattered them. Do you see what's happening? They're panicking because you proved that their power was never real. It was a stage play, a circus, a hollow performance to make you believe you were small. But you flipped the script. You ripped their masks clean off. And now they're bleeding with fear. They don't know what's next, because you ripped away their illusion of control. And nothing terrifies them more than a mind that can't be tamed. Let me tell you something viciously true. The world will try to make you feel guilty for waking up. They'll call you dangerous, reckless, unstable. They'll call you crazy. But guess what? Every revolution starts with someone crazy enough to stop listening. You didn't trigger chaos. You are chaos. You're the scream in their silence, the storm on their horizon, and deep down, they know they can't put you back in the cage. So here's the last secret I'll give you. Power doesn't come from being loved. It doesn't come from being accepted or understood. It comes from being feared. It comes from having the spine to do what they won't. It comes from knowing that you can stand alone in a world on fire and smile. That's why they panic. That's why they whisper. Because you don't need them, and when you don't need them, they can't control you. So what's next? Whatever the hell you want. Tear down the walls, light the fire, watch them scatter like insects while you sit on the ashes with that grin that tells them you're just getting started. Because when they ask again, what did you just trigger? You'll give them the truth, the one they fear the most. I triggered the end of your control and the beginning of mine.